I'm interested to hear from Chi from an exchange perspective. I mean, you own the platform. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think more and more coming into crypto?
First, I think, yeah, both of you agree that crypto, well, will be a major, we can say major currency in the future, especially for Bitcoin. And for myself, Bitcoin to become a reserve currency, probably, yeah, it's just a matter of time. And if we talk about exchange, let's just say, before I established this Overbit exchange, I went to, I've been crypto space for more than, I think, 6 years right now. So the events I've been to, like at the beginning, those people are really, they are just hype. And then, like what IT said, you can see Dogecoin go up 100% in a day. But back then, 100% is nothing. It can happen only a few hours, and then it can drop down again in a few hours. So that give people a mindset that, okay, crypto is a really exciting market to go in back, like especially in 2017. And then since we launched Overbit 2000 late 2018, all right, I can monitor, every day how traders behave on that, like, each traders. Of course, I won't look at each individual traders. However, I will look at those big players or like regular players, traders, and their I would look at their individual P&L to see how they are doing. And compared to, 2000 late 2018, compared to right now, uh, I would see they are more getting mature to understand the crypto industry. They know that it's a volatile market. There's a risk of, like a few days ago, to get this. So in the beginning of the platform form, we can see lots of people are making big losses due to the volatility. Okay. However, right now, even with this big volatility, uh, people are able to manage their losses. I think that's great. And this is, I have been talking to people. I've been talking on either stage or in person to tell people margin trading is high risk. Okay, even IT say that, margin trading in crypto, he couldn't get it. Yes, so this is something, is you cannot really uh you know check out the information like Forex. You can look out different sort of insights, informations. However, for crypto, especially if you're playing with margin, this is something much harder. But I'm glad to see how our traders in Overbit, that, they grow to where the volatility of the market wouldn't hurt them as much as the beginning. And yeah, for me, I think that's a good news for me to look at, like this kind of trader behavior, getting more mature, getting more taking their own risk.
Mm. Thanks, Chi. Like you mentioned, trading crypto is very high risk, and especially margin trading. So comes to the next point, which is, what are the choices when selecting Forex brokers or crypto exchanges? What are some of your must-have or number one factors? And I'm going to ask IT first. What is your number one factor, IT, when you look at selecting a Forex broker or an exchange that you're going to put your trust in? What's the number one factor?
Simplicity. How simple the platform is to use. That's the number one factor for me. And then security. So how simple it is to use, and then the security. Is my money safe? So I want to also look at the exchange. Is it regulated? So if it has these two, then I'm fine. I don't look at the rest, because once you can jump onto the platform and be able to use the tools that they provide easily, then that's a plus. And then you look at the security aspect, where is your money safe? If you have any issue with the exchange, can it be resolved? And that would be the second part. But to me, it's simplicity. I don't want, for example, I went on to Binance. I'm not trying to, name names, but I went on to Binance to kind of just exchange my Ripple to exchange my Ripple into Bitcoin, and I was struggling because there were so many moving parts on the platform. So it was kind of, what do I do? So I had to go and learn something on YouTube, how to convert XRP to BTC, and then go back and then do it myself. So if they make it easier, like it's a click of a button, you click this, you click that, and then you exchange, then that will be very easy. Even margin trading, if they can have it in a way where you know exactly how much you're buying or selling, and not even that, on the website itself, if they have, F frequently asked questions that they explain how to do all this stuff, it will help so that people can use the platform easily. So to me, simplicity always wins. That's why most of the time Apple is always on top of their game, because they make things very easy for people to use. And then you come to the security aspect of it. So one simplicity, two security.
Very good points, very good points. And I think there was something about the survey, and we will release that in due time, talking about how many people actually reads the FAQs. And actually not many people reads the FAQs. People jump, novice traders jumps, from that part of things, because it's boring. But you're right, simplicity and security. Now, Kelvin, my question to you is a little bit different. What is the one red flag, the danger zone that goes bling, 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 danger, that makes you avoid a Forex broker or an exchange? I think you're muted, Kelvin.
Sorry.
No worries.
So the one red flag, I guess if you look at reviews and you see a consistent pattern of negative feedback or negative reviews, that's probably a very telltale sign that, they're doing something wrong, and you should be careful. That's probably the number one thing I would look at. If they offer a demo, I would definitely try their demo account and just test out the platform before depositing any real money. That's always a good way to try out the service. And I know you guys offer a demo, which is great. You could try out the Overbit platform anytime, and then and see if you like it. And it's a great feature to have for any brokerage or exchange. KYC would probably be one too. It's a pretty standard practice to have some sort of KYC for a broker and an exchange. If they don't have one, that's probably a red flag as well. And I tend to go with more, personally, popular exchanges and brokers, just because there's a lot of people using them. They have better reputation, and they can offer the liquidity, and you won't worry about having withdrawing issues. And like IT said, security is probably number one, like one of the number one or two, like probably the most important thing, really, because it's your money and you want to be able to withdraw anytime you want. You want it to be safe, and you don't want to have to worry about not having access to that, because it is your money at the end of the day. And so security would definitely be the number one thing to look at.
Very good, very good. Cool. Thank you, thank you. I think Chi, that's my question to you. In the survey, I believe that's one of the questions that was asked to respondents. Maybe you could just do a quick highlight on the key answers that respondents shared about the importance from an exchange perspective. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, they all want security, reliability, language, and customer service. So that's the key points they are looking for. And for me to build this Overbit at the beginning, was actually like what IT said, like, simplicity and security. So why I want to make a simplicity platform is, when I was trying to do a margin trading in crypto, the only platform I could find, I could find in back in 2016 or so was BigMax, and that was the only platform that offer high leverage in crypto, or let's say in Bitcoin. And it's just too complicated. And then if even I have experience in trading, the platform itself is just too professional. And then for me, I would say, oh, the more people coming into crypto probably are new trader and probably will be young, and this kind of platform probably won't suit it, but I won't fit with them. Because if you're trying to trade in a platform that you are not familiar with, or you don't really know, like what IT say, Ripple to Bitcoin, you have to take lots of steps, and then you probably have to watch YouTube video to do so. That probably you will make some human error, and then to lose some money. So actually, yeah, actually, I haven't told someone that I lost 8 Bitcoin on BitMax due to I don't know what the hell I was doing. Okay, but okay, that 8 Bitcoin right now is a big money. However, what back in 2016 is nothing. Okay, so you will make this kind of stupid error that, oh, what the hell. So simplicity, this is first thing I think of. So I make Overbit in a really simple way, where you can just click and you can see buy and sell in a really simple way. Everyone come in, like what Kelvin say, we have a demo trading, so you don't really need to use your real money to try out that platform. You can just test out, and then if you like it, you can go into it. Second, security. Security has been always a big part of us. We have been putting lots of resources in security. We have seen big exchange got hacked, and then some of them can cover because they have insurance fund, and they are they have a like insurance fund to cover the losses. However, for the small platform, they probably won't cover all the losses, so they just need to shut down, or yeah, I don't know what else they can do. And so for us, we have been really focused on security, and then we have our own team was they were working for Forex platform for decades. So for us to build in a platform that's similar to Forex, it was quite easy for us. However, the new part for us is the wallet. Wallet is something Forex doesn't have. So this part is we just have to implement something new to us, which is right now I think most of the platform where they're using this, we're using a multiple signature cold wallet, so that every assets from the trader we store in the cold wallet, which means offline wallet, so it won't connect to the internet. And every time people to withdraw their money, you have to go through multiple of Overbit core members to approve it. So this is something we have been always doing. We also have our internal white hacker to continuously look at our own system. If there's something it can be breached, we will fix it right away. And I think recently something happened, another hack happened to, I forgot, is it, oh, sorry, it's quite late for me. I forgot which platform get hacked. But yeah, this something is happening every day. So we have to make sure that security is on top of everything, and then simplicity, and then later on, I think customer service is another thing. Like what Junior say, people don't read FAQ. I don't know why. Like people don't read it. When they find something wrong, the first person will go to is customer service. So we have to make sure customer service 24/7 available for everyone. Yep.
Yeah, FAQs are like the manual, right? Like no one ever reads the manuals.
Yeah.
I think this is a very important point. I mean, to the viewers especially, you know, FAQs, really start with the FAQs, like know the basics. Yeah. And thanks so much.
I think later on we will probably implement something on board guide. You know, when they start for the demo, they will will have some pop up. At least they will have to click it to the next step.
That
Make them read.
Not to interrupt you, that is a very good thing if you can implement that. The onboarding, just before they start their process or their journey, they will have to read it before they can continue. It forces them to do that before they can continue. So if that is being implemented, it will actually help. Even if they don't read the frequently asked questions, they can just do the onboarding process, and that will give them a bit of information.
Agreed. Forced education, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point. I mean, thanks, Chi, for sharing that you lost 8 BTC, you know, many years ago. But that brings to the next point about losing crypto funds. And we all make mistakes in life. We all know that. But this mistake when it comes to crypto is sometimes big money, especially in times like this, you know. And love to, I mean, for the viewers, they're blessed because they can hear what IT and Kelvin's going to share. I mean, she has already shared. I mean, Kelvin, from your experience in crypto or even in Forex perspective, have you lost any funds before? And what is the one key thing that you can tell our viewers tonight? And that's the same for you, IT.
Sure. So early on, I had a good amount of money in a Canadian exchange called Quadrica, and they went down mysteriously because there was a mysterious death of the CEO, and somehow he was the only one with access to 250 million Canadian funds held in cold storage. And it was such an unfortunate event. I was still pretty early into the space, so it kind of it hurt. It hurt a lot, and it was actually a huge scandal. You know, whether or not the guy faked his death or not. Decrypt actually broke it down really well in an article, just outlining the timeline of what happened, and like he flew to India on a honeymoon, and then apparently India is known for fake death certificates or stuff like that. So it was a huge scandal. I don't think it's even solved yet. But yeah, that was a bad experience early on. But you know, I didn't. Yeah, it was okay. It was a bad experience. I learned from it, and what I learned from it was that, you know, you gotta kind of be very expecting the unexpected, I guess, and be careful of where you put your funds. They could be a very trusted exchange, but stuff could still happen, right? And the number one thing I learned from that was not your keys, not your wallet, pretty much. So if you're not holding your crypto in cold storage, it's technically not yours, because something can still happen. It's like holding something in a bank. A bank could also get you know, liquidated, and you wouldn't be able to get your money. So you know, the best thing to do, I guess, would be to put it in cold storage, especially like large amounts that you're not going to touch. But yeah, I guess that's my opinion.
Not your keys, not your wallet. Very good point. IT, what about you? What are your thoughts on technical analysis for crypto? And yeah, what do you think about this part on losing funds for crypto and all Forex users?
For one to lose funds, it can be two things. It's either, like Kelvin said, it's either there is a problem with the company you're holding your funds with, or you will lose it yourself, right? Because I did read an article that a guy literally lost his password to his e-wallet, and he had over almost I think, over 20 million worth of Bitcoin in there. And he has made all the attempts to get the password, and he was left with just one attempt. If he makes it wrong, then he loses all the cryptos. So it's either you lose it by some weird circumstances or you lose it yourself. So one thing is always try to make sure you've got, first of all, your wallet protected. Wherever you're storing it is protected. And also know your password. Write it everywhere. I don't know, right? So a friend of mine suggested that I shouldn't keep my cryptos with any exchange. I should put it in. He showed me a platform called Exodus. And
Exodus?
yes, Exodus, for me to kind of store my cryptos there. And before you can get access to it, you have to have, I think, 3 levels of password. So what I did was I wrote it down on my phone. I wrote it down on 5 sheets of papers, and I placed them all around the room. So in case I lose access to my phone, I still have access to the password. So I got a new phone and I lost the password, and then I remembered I had the the password written down somewhere else, so I was able to get access to it. So in order to not lose your funds, and when it comes to cryptos, you just have to be very, very aware of where the money is and where the funds are, and also make sure that it's well protected and you have access to it. When it comes to the trading aspects, you have to know what you're doing. So if you're going to be trading cryptos, you have to know what you're doing before you trade them, because if you don't, that's the easiest way you can lose your funds. Right. So when it comes to trading, then know what you're doing before you trade with the cryptos. But when it comes to actually the funds itself, know your wallet and make sure it's well secured.
Wow. Know your wallet and know what you're doing.
The downside to, I guess, writing it everywhere is if someone were to want to hack you, they just have to find one piece of the paper of the 5, right? So
Well,
make sure to
someone will have to come into my house and find that, which will be almost impossible. But yeah, it can happen. You're right.
But what happens if you lose that piece of paper? Like your cat accidentally ate that piece of paper?
Oh, it's 5 of them. It's literally 5. I've written 5 of them. So it's not just one.
Okay.
There's one under the bed, one in my wardrobe.
Oh, don't tell everyone. Don't tell everyone where they are.
It's just an example.
Very cool. Thank you for that. Well, the next point is about purchasing crypto, the patterns, right? And I'm just going to ask Kelvin this question. You know, the survey says that 56.1% of the people, or the survey respondents, made a purchase of crypto in 2021, this year. And only a single-digit percentage of the survey respondents said that they had no intentions of purchasing cryptocurrency. So 56% said they're going to buy. So I'm interested to see from a traditional market perspective, right, Kelvin? Do you see a similar trend with the traditional traders or Forex traders purchasing crypto?
When you say traditional, I usually think of equity traders, but in the terms of Forex traders, I guess they could be traditional as well. So yeah, in our community, we do see a lot of people that are starting to get interested in the crypto market, and which is why we put out more trade ideas for crypto and more resources, more analysis, and just more things, more content about crypto. And a lot of them are starting to want to, get their feet wet into buying some crypto, holding some crypto. And the number one platform that I usually refer them to is Coinbase. It's easy, it's regulated, and they get to get the experience of holding some crypto. They have an app where they could basically monitor their wallet. And we do a pretty good job of, providing analysis, providing research on which projects are worth looking at. We don't give any financial advice, but we give them, opportunities put in front of them, and then they make their own decisions. So we do a lot of that in our community, and we're starting to create some crypto content for beginners, where just kind of guide them, take their hand through how to open an account, how to exchange one crypto to another, how to open a position. So those type of videos we're currently in the process of making, and same with a lot of the Forex beginner videos as well. We're starting to get a lot of attention from absolute beginners that just want to get their feet wet, want to open an account, start trading demo, or start trading with a small amount and just see how trading is like. So we have a series of videos basically telling them how to open MetaTrader 4, how to open a brokerage account, how to take your first trade, how to calculate risk, and how to use TradingView, like very beginner stuff like that. So we are seeing a huge influx of interest. So we're doing our part to kind of provide the content for that need.
That's so good. I mean, it's so good to be armed with this kind of information before you dip your toes into a very, very volatile market like crypto. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Well, IT, yeah, next, the survey actually shared something about majority of respondents believe that cryptocurrency market is riskier than the stock market. That's 82% of them that who believe that crypto is more profitable. So my question for you, IT, is what is your take on the above research finding based on your TAs that you do? Love to hear your thoughts.
Right. If people wants to buy crypto, they need to first of all understand what they're doing. I always go with you need to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, then that's the first thing you're going to get wrong, is you're doing the wrong thing. And we do have I do teach 4 stages of learning. We have something called the unconscious incompetence. That's when you don't know that you don't know. Like you're unconscious that you don't know something. So that's what novice traders are. They come into the market not knowing that, okay, this is a crypto, it can go up and down. They've only thought about, okay, I can make money, but they don't know that it's risky. So they don't know what they don't know. So the first thing that they need to know is get to know what they're doing and understand it. So for someone to purchase crypto, for someone to make their first trade, maybe this year, because it has gone so high, they might be thinking, okay, I'm probably gonna buy too high, so I don't want to buy it. But maybe it has traded to a level that it can still go up. So with knowing what they're doing, then they can purchase more, because crypto is booming. It's not going down. It's in a bull market. So all you need to understand is, okay, it has got to a level that I can buy, and that's what they are lacking. So if they're able to get understanding of, okay, price has traded to a level and I can buy more, then they will get the understanding, okay, I can buy instead of me sitting down not buying. Because if you don't buy, like right now, a lot of people are scared to buy it, to be honest. Why? Because for some reason it has dropped too quick that it's either scary to get in, or a professional say this is the right time to buy, right? So if I'm able to take you through stages of understanding why it should be the right time to buy, then you can buy with that knowledge. So I always go with know what you're doing. And if you know what you're doing, you won't get it wrong. Because if you have confidence in understanding something, that's when you believe in that thing. So if I give you, say, for example, I show you a chart right now and I point 1, 2, 3 things to you, and I'm able to convince you that price is going to go up, you're going to buy it straight away. So in my opinion, it's just people, they need to know what they're doing. And also, because it's going up, they're going to be profitable. They don't have to worry about it. We are not in a bear market. So once we're in a bull market and it's going up, you're going to make money. It's as easy as that. It takes us back into the days, the olden days, when the commodities market was in a bull market. My mentor, he didn't know anything, but as soon as he buys, he makes money. He was lucky for 9 months. He jumps in, he buys it, it goes up. He jumps in, he buys it, it goes up, because he was in a bull market. That's what we are in crypto. But you need to know exactly what you're doing. You don't come into the market not knowing nothing. That will kill you.
Genius, I think you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, so I was saying that get to know what you're doing. And that's the thing about, we spoke about the pandemic just now, you know. I just wanted to hear across the board, did you guys actually trade more during the pandemic season, which was since last year? Because 56% of respondents actually said that they traded more during the pandemic. Was that the same for you guys? Could be a yes or no answer. Calvin?
I think there's definitely more interest in trading. So a lot of beginners coming in. In terms of trading, I think it would just be, I think IT would probably, you know, have a better answer for this, but I think it was just normal. There were more opportunities I find in terms of crypto, at least, because majority of the things I trade right now is crypto. And I've been seeing a lot more opportunities because of the volatility. But trading is great because no matter what, if the market is good or bad, you could still make money, longing or shorting, right? So the pandemic, I don't know how much it affects the number of opportunities and trade setups. Maybe IT can share his thoughts.
Yes. So when it comes to the market, nothing changes. Market is always going to be market. It's people that changes towards the market. So when we say a lot of trading happened, it could be because they had access to the market. Then there will be we call something accessibility. Once you have access to it, especially being a novice, you want to be in, you want to trade, you want to trade, you want to trade. So once it's there, without control and without understanding, you're just going to be interested in trading and trading and trading. And that's what we got. A lot of people were at home and they had nothing to do. So they would just turn on the market and then they'll see price going up. Oh, let me get in. And then that will cause them to trade. So yes, the pandemic did affect the market. It brought a lot of people into the market. There was an article that I read. There has been an influx of new traders in the market. So anytime I'm doing my my sessions, I do warn them that they shouldn't go with what the public is saying, because the fact that we have so many people coming to the market, that's when the professionals, or quote unquote smart money, that's when they do like to watch the market. Because once there's a lot of new traders in the market comes in, they don't know what they're doing. So the best thing to do is whipsaw the market, take it up and down, and that will cause them to lose either concentration, lose interest, because they're going to lose money. And once they lose money, then obviously they either going to quit, but they need their money. And that's the thing. They make it so easy to access it so that you can come in and then put your money in there. And then they're just going to keep it going up and down and make you lose interest. But once you bite, you never go back. And that's the painful thing. Once you taste it, you're not going to go back. So you keep coming back for more.
That's a very good point. Is that the same for you, Chi?
Well, yeah, you can say that more, during the pandemic, we have more time at home. So, and the market in general was quite good into 2020. So I think previously we have already mentioned that friends of mine were getting more interest in crypto trading, and then they just step in, they lose money, they find out why. Yeah, I think this stuff, like what IT said, that the market is there, the market won't change. Yeah, what changes is people I think it's people's opportunity. They want to seek for more opportunity to make money, because people lose their job. That people get fear of losing their job. So yeah, I'll make it short.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, continue.
Yeah, so I think yeah, there's definitely a lot more appetite for risk too during a bull market in crypto. Is definitely my risk appetite definitely increased when everything started to pick up in Bitcoin and crypto. Because when I forget what the saying was, but a rising tide lifts all ships. When Bitcoin rises, everything rises in crypto. And I tend to like to use the VC approach, where they would invest in a lot of different projects, and then expect maybe a few to hit and do 100x or whatever, and that would make up for all the other subpar performers. And that's how VCs always kind of approached investing, and that's how I kind of did it. I took a bunch of projects that I read about and I liked, and I threw some in there, and then a few of them just have to do 100x, which is not that hard in crypto if you do some good research, and that's definitely worked out for me in this bull market.
Wow.
But the safest way to invest, I would still say, is dollar cost average, especially for the beginner. They don't know technicals, they don't know a lot about the market. Dollar cost averaging is definitely the safest way. And for those of you that don't know what dollar cost averaging is basically just buying the same amount over like every week or every month. And the idea is over the long period, you're going to average in at a pretty good price.
Wow. Thanks for that little tip.
Yeah.
We are coming to an end. It's just my second last question now. It's on Bitcoin adoption and which asset is more profitable. And I'm going to put a spotlight just on IT because he's going to share his screen for us. But before he gets ready to share, 83% of respondents actually held Bitcoin some point at the time in the past year. And they probably sold it, most of them. But based on IT, this is for you. Based on your experience on TA, right? What is the one charting analysis that traders can look for when they are charting Bitcoin? Maybe in the last 6 months or so, based on whatever you can share. If you could share screen and show us, I think that would be a really big treat for our readers as we wind down for the day.
All right, so give me 1 second. Let me share my screen.
Sure. You could do that in 1 to 2 minutes. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so this is my screen. You can see my screen. These are the cryptos that I most of the time monitor. If you can see them, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we call something institutional order flow, which is we look at what the institutions are doing or smart money is doing. And I use a concept called open, high, low, and close. So I'm looking at how the candles are opening and closing. One thing that I'll give your audience is this, and it's so powerful. If you can just learn that, you are going to understand price easily. So when institutions or big money comes into the market, it's going to cause the market to react. It's either it's going to go up or it's going to go down. So the way I interpret it is looking at how price has traded now compared to the previous period. So I'm on the monthly chart right now. So this every candle is 1 month. You can do it on any time frame, but I'm just showing you on the monthly chart. So when I see this candle here goes up and closes above previous month. Okay, this is June last year. So if you understand what I'm saying, then you can do it yourself, right? The candle that is currently trading, if we go, I'll finish here and then I'll show you on the current price. You want to see the current candle close above the previous candle. When it closes above the previous candle, what that means is there is an interest in someone around the world. It could be anyone who has a lot of money, because for price to be able to do that, it involves in a lot of money, right? It involves in a lot of funds for price to do this particular thing that I'm showing you. Once you're able to identify it, going forward, you want to keep buying and don't look back. You only change direction when it does the opposite. So you only change direction as it did here. You're only going to change direction when the opposite happens. So the opposite will be something like this. When we have the candle, the previous candle closing below the current candle. So when this happens, then you can sell, right? When it closes like this, it means that there's a lot of interest to the downside. But when it closes above, there's a lot of interest to the upside. Now, when it comes to a trend where Bitcoin is in a bull market, you are going to see that every single time it closes above, it keeps going up. So anytime it closes above, it keeps going up. Anytime it closes above, it keeps going up. And that's what you can do. And it's very simple. All you need to know is what is the current candle doing and what has it done the previous candle, right? So in this case, for example, we are still in March. We are still in May, and the current candle looks, we've got 2 weeks to go, and it looks like it's closing below the previous candle. So to me, it could be the sign of a retracement. So the next candle, I will not expect it to be an up candle, because price is showing me that there's a lot of interest in pushing price to the downside. So I'll be expecting the next candle to maybe continue going down. So that's the easiest way I kind of show anyone who is interested in price to see price in the first glance, and it makes so much sense. You just need to know what it's doing now and what it did previously, and that should cover everything you want to know. Obviously, there's more, but this is the easiest way to be able to just kind of know what price is trying to do.
Wow. Wow, very cool. Even someone as blur as me could understand a little bit of that. Wow, awesome, really awesome. Thank you. Any thoughts from Kelvin or Chi?
All good on my end.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, I have the hardest question for the night. I don't even know whether Satoshi knows how to answer this, seriously. But it's just for the three of you. If you had to choose, it's a fun question, by the way. If you had to choose between these two, and I've just got 3 questions for you, what would you choose? So I'm going to give you 2 choices, okay? Star Wars or Star Trek? Chi.
Star Wars.
Porsche or Tesla? IT.
Tesla.
Kelvin, Apple or Android?
Apple.
Wow, you paused. You are a Samsung fan. All right. IT, pizza or burger?
Pizza.
All right.
What? Okay.
Burger. The last question I have to ask the 3 of you. I'm sorry, okay? Forgive me. Crypto or fiat? IT.
Crypto for now.
Crypto.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Oh. What? I've been talking about the whole day.
Okay.
Very cool. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. We've come to an end. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. It's been so much of insights. We've learned so much, and stay tuned as the survey results gets published. And I just want to thank everybody for their time this morning, this afternoon, and at 12:38 a.m. from Singapore's office. So thank you so much, gentlemen, and enjoy the view. I just want to end by saying that this video is actually not for financial advice. It's more for an educational, for fun, and to just share the survey. So
Yeah, buy Bitcoin now.
buy Bitcoin now to the moon. All the best, everyone. Thank you so much. Peace.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.